Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Okay, batter up. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Baseball season soon be here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, and you're back at it. Whatever that is, right? We're back at it. We're in here in the studio live, and both producers are here today, as they are almost every single day. I'm here, you're there, it's all good. We got the makings, we can bake a good cake. Maybe that's the wrong metaphor here for a talk show. We eating cake around here? Is there any cake? Where's the cake? There's no cake.
Calzones while we're at it.
Okay, I'll throw a couple of calzones and some pizza, you know. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway, I was talking with one of my producers about the movies. That's my therapy. Movies are my therapy. Music and movies. Yeah, very therapeutic for me. And I did not go see Batman versus Superman versus Batwoman versus Spider-Woman and whatever. I didn't go see that movie. I'll wait. And I have Superman fans around here and Batman fans. So we'll see what it's all about. Anyhow, we're going to talk. I'm going to talk today, of course, always talking to you and with you. And I ask you to please talk to me. Call me, 877-897-8255. Not because I'm lonely, but because I like talking to you and to see what's on your mind. 877-897-8255. And I'm interested in what you think and feel or maybe do relative to what we're talking about at any given time. I truly am. And there are a lot of smart, informed people that listen to this show and have something to share. And my experience has been, I think, and I've said this many times, I think when people call in, they have more of an influence on the other people that are listening or watching the show than I do, which is fine with me. I don't care how we get it done, just so we get it done, in that we're trying to get people to think about their health, their wellness, and their well-being, and then to do something about it, and then perhaps to show how it can be done. And why it should be done, that's important, but most importantly, how to get it done. Because that's where it all happens, right? Yeah. Let's see, what else? What news? Any other news other that's not related to health that's worth talking about? Anything else?
There was another attack in Afghanistan or Pakistan, actually. Yeah. Pretty bad attack.
Horrible. A park filled with women and children.
Yep.
Whatever. I mean, I've never seen anything like this, and neither have you, I'm sure. Nobody has. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand it. It's hard to understand. You try to make sense of it, and it makes you, health is not just about biology and chemistry. It's about
society.
Society. You took the word right out of my mouth. That's the health of society. See, that's what happens. You were hanging around with somebody, you start thinking like them.
Uh-oh.
You better watch out.
I find myself doing push-ups at odd times of the day, actually.
Do you? Yeah.
And eating weird foods like salad and
okay, well, But I don't know. The health of society and watching the political machinations going on makes you wonder about the health of our society. I don't know what that's all about. Nobody knows. It's interesting to watch the so-called experts try to talk about it and make sense of it. It sounds like a bunch of people that really don't know what they're talking about.
You said it best last week. It's an argument of assumptions.
It's all about assumptions. I was trying to tell Josh that, I taught logic and critical thinking at a point in my career and at the university. And when you're trying to listen to somebody make an argument, make sure that they're making an argument in the first place. They have a bunch of assertions, maybe opinions, but where's the evidence? Where's the support? They're making all kinds of assumptions. Where's the support? Anybody can make an assertion. Where's the argument? The argument is the assertions are provided by evidence, right? So, I don't know.
And it brings another famous line of yours that you like to tell me all the time.
It is.
I'll go and I'll ask you a question, and you'll say, Google it.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. I'm no use me telling you, because if I tell you, you're going to forget. Look it up.
Yep.
That's what my mother used to tell me, and my teachers told me, go look it up.
I think that's the way out of this mess that we're in society is education. This is the only shot we got, I think.
I'll put my money on that every time. So look this up. Couple of studies trending today about processed foods. And I'll start with the one study out of the University of Liverpool. This is where, we can do something with our day-to-day nutrition by talking about these stories and studies. It's a way of providing some insight and maybe a path to make a change and do better, either for yourself or for somebody else. So in this study, they were looking at, the study occurred in England, of course, University of Liverpool's in England, and they were looking at the sugar content of 200 fruit drinks, no less. I mean, that's a remarkable statistic in itself. There are 200 fruit drinks marketed at children. And the researchers found in the study that the amount of sugar was, in their words, unacceptably high. Nearly half of the products they looked at, these sugar drinks or fruit drinks, contained at least a child's entire day of the recommended maximum sugar intake, which is, if you're interested in knowing, 19 grams or 5 teaspoons. One drink, 5 teaspoons of sugar. Then you wonder why the children are banging off the walls and, acting out and whatnot. Unacceptably high. That's an understatement. Professor Simon Capewell was, part of the study was published in BMJ Open, British Medical Journal Open. And to assess the sugar content of these fruit juice drinks, they looked at the content of fruit juice drinks. They looked at 100% natural juices, and then they looked at smoothies. So they were like 3 categories then of these drinks, of these so-called fruit drinks. Fruit juice drinks, 100% natural juice drinks, and smoothies. And what the investigators did is they measured the quantity of free sugars in 203 standard portion sizes, which is 200 milliliters, of United Kingdom branded and supermarket owned label products. Now, I can tell you, it's not going to be that much difference. UK, US, whatever. Maximum sugar intake in one drink. Yeah, well, Almost half the products contain the child's entire day of sugar intake, 19 grams or 5 teaspoons. Then we wonder why we have an obesity epidemic among children. It's a contributing factor. What I find is stunning and astonishing is that the makers of these drinks, the juice companies, say that they don't have any responsibility, none whatsoever, in the obesity epidemic. It's not their fault. It's the cookies, the crackers, and the cakes and the chips people that are responsible, but they are not. And then all those people that make the cookies, crackers, cakes, and chips say no. It's the drink companies. The devil is a devil.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our number one ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose corn syrup or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has berry garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin omega-3 and probiotics for kids, body boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, prenatal plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and body boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, where what you eat has consequences, even if you don't think so at the time. And the American Standard Diet, I could put a positive spin on it and tell you what it is, but the way I'm looking at it, the so-called Standard American Diet is really a processed diet now. That's how I see it. And there was a study trending, again, coming out of British Medical Journal. They publish nice studies. They looked at what's called ultra-processed foods. By the way, if you go to the store and you buy lettuce or greens, and it's in a container, plastic container, and it says wash 3 times or something, that food that's processed. When they washed it, that's a process. So some people misconstrue what process means here, processed foods. There are different types of processes and degrees of processing. Some processes don't have any appreciable effect on the nutritional value of the food or the chemical composition of the food. Washing it 3 times, putting it in a container and telling you that is one thing. Messing around with the structure and properties of the chemicals in the food is another matter. That's processing of a different sort, or adding sugar to food, the minute they do something with it, if you take it out of the ground and give it to somebody, then it's unprocessed. So don't misconstrue process to mean all the time it's bad news. These are ultra-processed foods, so you know the word ultra is not going to be good. And how they operationalized ultra in this study, ultra-processed foods included mass-produced soft drinks, sweet or savory packaged snacks, confectionery and desserts, packaged baked goods, chicken, fish nuggets, and other reconstituted meat products, instant noodles, and soups. Those foods are highly processed. Okay? Now, what's the story? The story is, and this is why I take the position I do about the standard American diet being a processed diet, ultra-processed foods, in this study, they concluded, made up more than half of all calories consumed in the U.S. diet and contribute nearly 90% of all added sugar intake. It's not the sugar in and of itself that might be inherently found in a food like fruit. It's the added sugar. It's what the food manufacturers add to the food that gets us into a world of trouble. Ultra-processed foods are formulations of several ingredients. In addition to salt, sugar, oils, and fats, these ingredients include substances not generally used in cooking, such as, you know what they are, the usual suspects, flavorings, emulsifiers, and other additives, which do what? Mimic the qualities of real foods. Mimic the qualities of real foods. So they're trying to make the fake food taste like real food. Oh, man. Only humans can get. Only we can do this and create such. I mean, think about what I just said. Ultra-processed foods make up 50% of the calories consumed in our diet, and they contribute 90% of all added sugars. And these foods contain ingredients that make them taste like real foods. Can't make that up. And so, added sugars represent 1 in every 5 calories in the average ultra-processed food product. That's a little higher than the calorie content of added sugars in processed foods and unprocessed or minimally processed. These are highly when they say ultra, I mean this is the top echelon of bad things to do in terms of processing foods. It's one thing to have processed foods or minimally processed foods. It's another matter when you're consuming ultra-processed foods. And they found statistically a strong linear correlation between dietary content of ultra-processed foods and the overall dietary intake of added sugars. I'm not shocked, and neither are you, I'm sure. What's the translation here? What does that mean anyway? So what? Well, the so what is that with the emergence of processed foods, ultra, and then moving down the scale, when you start to track it over time, over the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 decades, what you start to see running in parallel as these processed foods increase and invade the food chain, you start to see an increase in overweight and obesity, type 2 diabetes, and so on and so on. It's correlational. I didn't say it was the cause. It's highly correlated. There's a strong relationship. It seems that when one shows up, these other things show up, if you want to put it that way. So, how processed are the foods that you eat?
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Nature's Dynamics. Garden to Gummy supplements made by Dad. American Biotech Labs. Your daily immune system support. Renew Life. The Digestive Care Company. Country Life. A leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica. The enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii. More nutrition, better health. Purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice. The only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition. On the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, especially if you just tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. The show is coast to coast, including Hawaii, so it does air at different times in different markets. You have to check your local listings. It airs live 9 to 11 every day, Monday through Friday Eastern Time. And you can watch it live, listen to it live at letstalknutrition.com if you're so inclined. If you drift away from your radio, move out of the house or someplace where there's no radio. Most people listen on the radio. It's preferable. Quality's better. And support your local radio station that airs this show. Please do that. My guest is Dominique Ostrander, educator for Jarrow Formulas. Going to talk with her about a number of interesting things. Just as a follow-up to the story that I just reported on about ultra-processed foods making up more than half of all the calories in the U.S. diet, there was a study last year that I reported on from the Federation of American Societies for Experimental Biology, and they found that highly processed foods dominate U.S. grocery purchases. That's what they said. And they're right about that. One of the researchers said that Dr. Poti, lead researcher, said, overall, we found that not only are highly processed foods a dominant, stable part of U.S. purchasing patterns, but also that the highly processed foods that households are purchasing are higher in fat, sugar, and salt on average compared to the less processed foods that they buy, close quote. Goes to the point that I said that some foods are processed and there's no appreciable change to the nutritional value of the food. There are degrees of processing, in other words, and these highly processed foods, ultra-processed foods, even some of the moderately ones, are adding artificial ingredients and then adding salt, sugar, and fat to the products, and you end up with something that is really, while convenient, rather costly to your health. Convenience. We like convenience, right? Well, maybe sometimes convenience is not the answer. And I think sometimes convenience leads to, I think it helps inspire people's laziness to make the effort to prepare food properly and buy healthy food and make a little bit more of an effort. I'm just saying, not preaching. Dominique Ostrander is my guest, and she's, as I said, an educator for Jarrow Formulas, leading supplement manufacturer one of the leading supplement manufacturers in the world, no doubt about that. Dominique, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. So if I came to your house unexpectedly, but invited, maybe, or at least welcomed, and I did an inspection of your pantry and refrigerator and where you keep food, how much of it would be constituted of highly processed foods? Ultra processed.
Maybe 10%.
10%. And and you had nothing to do with any of that. That was everybody else in the house, right?
Well, not necessarily, because being so limited with the things that I can eat, I would say that my low sodium organic black beans would fall, cans of low sodium organic black beans would fall into that category.
As an ultra processed food?
Not as an but I'm saying in terms of
processed
foods in my house.
Yeah.
My both daughters loving chicken nuggets, those, but they are organic chicken nuggets. Nevertheless, they're in the freezer.
That's like saying I'm going to commit a mortal sin and say the rosary at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly. So, there's definitely processed foods in this house. I would say ultra-processed M&Ms.
I know you're an M&M. That's your weakness. If I was trying to get you to do something, I would have I would hold a bag of M&Ms in my one hand.
That's it. Right.
and sort of hold it there.
I make no, right. I don't hide it. Yep.
You like M&Ms. Why do you think that is?
They're my weakness.
Why? Why is that?
It's the hand-to-mouth thing. I think it's definitely the hand-to-mouth. Like people sit down with a bucket of popcorn, it's that hand-to-mouth, which is people underestimate that as far as having.
Is this a childhood habit?
I think it is rooted in childhood to some degree. Yeah, definitely.
M&Ms.
M&Ms. Yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea why, but they're sort of like a security, and they go with me pretty much wherever I go.
Really?
I may not eat them, but I have, especially on the road. Like I can't say if I take a trip to the grocery store, but I'm talking about if I go on
traveling
on the road, which I am a lot.
Working.
Yeah, they're in like a little Ziploc bag in my purse. Okay.
Well, hell, I guess you could have worse things. You could have worse things in your pocketbook than that.
Exactly. But I will tell you, like I was giving a weight loss management seminar the other night, and a calorie is a calorie. And so if I have eaten M&Ms, for example, I am very consciously aware of my caloric intake and what, in my mind, I'm allowed for the rest of the day.
So you will moderate.
Absolutely.
If you will moderate after you eat the M&Ms, you will moderate your food intake, calorie intake.
Absolutely. I have one size of clothes in my closet. That's it. I don't have varying sizes. So, and
you'll wear them whether they fit or not.
Well, I want them to fit, and that's the whole thing.
You don't want to be in a situation where you have too much content and not enough container, right?
Exactly. I need a bigger container.
Need a bigger container for this bucket.
Exactly.
If you know what I'm referring to. Okay, M&Ms. All right, now I got you to confess a little bit. See, I like doing that. That's one of the fun parts of my job is get guests to talk about things that they normally wouldn't admit. I love that. Isn't that fun?
It is.
It is. Oh, people say things on here that they normally wouldn't. Then they get off the air and they call me and say, I don't believe I told you that. I said, well, you did.
Like Barbara Walters, it gets people to cry.
Get them to cry. I haven't made a guest cry. I haven't done that. So I was looking at, you want to talk about cancer overtaking cardiovascular disease, do you?
I did. I found that article and statistic very interesting, and I thought that
we can talk about that. We will talk about that. Cancer overtaking cardiovascular disease. That is it's somewhat qualified. You'll see what we mean by that. And it represents an interesting change in development in the world of disease. Boy, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Roll & Oates, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Since the year 1900, moving from 1900 to 1920s, what we saw happening was there's some debate about this, Some people dispute this, but they can go ahead and dispute it all they want. I mean, generally, I think this is true. Generally, we started to see a pattern relative to disease, and the pattern was that cardiovascular disease was taking a foothold into people's health. It started to become a leading cause of death. And around 1921, I mean, again, some people dispute this, but there's evidence to strongly suggest about 1921, cardiovascular disease was the leading cause of death. Okay? And has been since that time, the leading cause of death. True, cardiovascular disease, and specifically heart disease, coronary artery disease. Cardiovascular disease means a constellation of diseases. There's many types of them. It is true that over time we saw a decrease in the mortality associated with cardiovascular disease generally and coronary heart disease specifically. That is true. That trend is clearly recognized and observable. Then we've now come to a point where, and this is what Dominique Ostrander, my guest, wants to talk about, where cancer overtakes cardiovascular disease as a leading cause of death, not completely entirely, but in half of the U.S. Dominique, welcome back. That's what you wanted to talk about. And so go ahead and make your points, and then we can discuss this. And I'm talking to a ghost. Let's see if we can find her. And
sorry, there I am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
In the article that I had sent you that had prompted this thought process, and much of what you were talking about in the very top of the show about nutrition, and as you always talk about the role of nutrition in our lifestyle and how it contributes to our overall health, I think is so integrated into this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, because one of the things that the article says is that even though we've had a dramatic reduction in heart disease mortality, it's attributed to better treatments like revascularization, and about half of the reductions in risk factors such as smoking, cholesterol, and blood pressure, but not diabetes or BMI. And that, to me, really stood out.
Mm-hmm. It's not as if, in other words, it's not as if cardiovascular disease is on a downturn in terms of being the leading cause of death due to people living a healthier lifestyle and having a better diet, but more to the way medical science has come up with these various treatments to help people suffering from cardiovascular disease to live longer and so on, right?
That exactly, precisely.
So it's sort of an illusion that the downturn is due to better living and better eating.
Exactly, because now we can just treat you better now that you have a higher BMI, or now that you're diabetic.
Well, let's go to Largo, Florida. Steve, welcome to the show. You wanted to make a comment about processed foods, which I think is one of the suspects, usual suspects in the lineup relative to cardiovascular disease and cancer, but go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call, Doc. There's a process, a terminology in business called economy of scale.
Mm-hmm.
It means the more you can make of something, the more money you can, more profit you have. So if you can make 100 million cookies a week and increase your profit by 1 penny per cookie, that's $1 million a week times 52 weeks a year. These machineries go day in, day out, except for when they're down for maintenance, of course. But so by just notching up your profitability bill on 1 penny, when you're making 100 million or 200 million of something, or even billions of something, by just making an extra penny or even half a penny, you increase your profits enormously. Now, they make a slurry or a batter for most of this kind of stuff, and they put it in the vat, and then they put it in the mold, and then they put it in the oven, and it all processes through. And a lot of those food additives are determined to make it for the batter flow at a precise rate, and the batter to cook at a precise rate, and the batter, the product has a precise texture and integrity, so it doesn't crumble. And it has nothing to do with taste or health or nutrition.
Well, it does influence. As a matter of fact, it does influence taste and the feel of the food in the mouth. And these food scientists have figured that out too. They wanted the texture of the food in the. They'll change the texture, which is a little different from taste, but it can even change the taste when they add these other chemicals. Your point's well taken. One would intuitively think, well, if they do all this processing, wouldn't that jack up the price of the food, right? Well, whatever they're spending in the processing, apparently, and I agree with your point, is whatever they're spending in processing this once natural food is outweighed, no pun intended, by the sale of the food because so many people are buying it because it tastes good, looks good, smells good, and so on, right? Is that what's
right? But you're right. I overspoke, but the point I'm trying to make, the economy of scale applies to whatever you're making: cars,
it's true,
TVs, even nutritional products, even nutritional food. But the decisions they're making have to do with increasing
profit,
the production, rather than increasing the quality and health aspects of the product.
Rather than producing a healthier food, they're producing more food that may not be necessarily healthier to do what? This is not astonishing or breaking news, to make a profit.
Right.
Right. And
all right. Thanks for taking my call, Doc.
Good. Nice to hear from you, Steve. Thank you. Always appreciate your comments. And Dominique, his observation about this points to the fact how pervasive these highly processed foods have infiltrated their pervasiveness, and how deeply they have infiltrated the food chain in our culture. And it's not an accident that some of this is correlated to heart disease and cancer, right?
Right, exactly.
When we come back, we can talk more about that. Cancer overtaking cardiovascular disease as a leading cause of death in about half of the United States. I'll also share with you what's going on in England relative to this death rate race between cancer and cardiovascular disease. It's pretty stunning.
opinion.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to this, post-Easter edition of Let's Talk Nutrition. Yesterday was Easter Sunday. I hope you had a nice Easter Sunday. If you celebrate that religious day. That was a big deal, Easter. I was talking about that with one of my relatives yesterday. That was I don't know, Easter. Yeah, I went to Catholic school as a boy and taught by the nuns, and who were my best teachers as far as I'm concerned. At least that's what I found out many, many years later, many degrees and masters and PhDs later, a master and PhD later, I found out that the nuns were the best teachers. So if nothing else, I learned that. And Easter was an interesting time. Really enjoyed it. It's a religious holiday for sure, and for Christians, no doubt. It's important to, and I went by a lot of people do this on these kinds of days. I went by it's sort of grim, but maybe not so much. Went by the cemetery, visited the grave of my mother and my sister, spent some time there, talked with them a bit, and went back home and continued my studies and working and whatnot. So that's how I spent my Easter. Notwithstanding, and again, as children, candy was, the chocolate candy, and I don't know where that tradition comes from. I don't know if Stephen knows anything about that, how chocolate got so much a part of the Easter tradition and candy. But certainly chocolate bunnies and the bunny and all of that stuff, I guess spring, but I don't know where the chocolate comes from. I'm not sure about that. But yeah. It's interesting how food makes its way into the culture, right? That's an interesting topic. There's food culture, then there's food as it pertains to the overall culture, and the way that it's integrated into the culture with celebration and rituals and whatnot. That's an interesting topic. I love talking about that. We're not going to talk about that today, but I find that fascinating. And did you find anything on that? No? Stephen's a little busy. He usually checks when I'll drop a seed like that. He'll, on his own initiative, will go and try to find. My guest is Dominique. Find some information on it. My guest is Dominique Ostrander, educator for Jarrow Formulas, and she was, and she wanted to talk about, and we are talking about, is in fact this interesting development where cancer is overtaking cardiovascular disease as the leading cause of death in half of the United States. And there's a lot of speculation as to why that is. Now, Dominique, welcome back. I'm going to bring you back right away. I don't know if you know this or not, relative to this story that's now trending, that's current. Last year, in the British Medical Journal. This is now the third story I've reported on today from BMJ. Cancer. In this story, when I reported on it, I talked about how cancer was overtaking cardiovascular disease, excuse me, as the United Kingdom's number one killer among men only. Cancer, and I reported that cancer has overtaken cardiovascular disease, which includes heart disease and stroke, as the United Kingdom's number one killer, but only among men.
Mm-hmm. I did read this.
Did you come across that?
I did, absolutely. Yeah, that was last year, and and it was interesting because they also had the discrepancies between northern England, between the north part of their country and the south part of their country, and they were encompassing in those rates England, Wales, Scotland, and it was very interesting. It was a 28 and a 29% reduction, I think, were the numbers.
Well, I want to come back to that point. It's an interesting point and an important point, but cardiovascular disease, however, is still the most common cause of death among women in England and the U.S., by the way, and kills more young women than breast cancer.
Exactly, right. I remember reading that.
Okay. Now, this business about the prevalence of heart disease and cancer in different parts of the country. You were pointing out that England has the lowest prevalence of all cardiovascular conditions out of the 4 UK countries. But they said regular variations with higher rates of cardiovascular disease in north of England than in the south of the country. Scotland had the highest prevalence of coronary heart disease, stroke, and peripheral vascular disease, while Wales, where your sister lives, right?
She's in New Zealand.
New Zealand, close enough. Had the highest prevalence of high blood pressure, heart failure, and atrial fibrillation. What do you make of that? What do you make of this, geographically speaking, these differences in the prevalence? It's not the weather, is it?
No, I think it's smoking. I think smoking plays a tremendous part at least in Scotland. And the reduction as far as having to do with men. I think more women are still staying obese and having type 2 diabetes and having metabolic syndrome, let's call it that, where men are able to quit smoking and lose some body weight. I don't think that women are having the rates of reduction that men are.
What's interesting, they didn't discuss it. They just reported the differences in the different regions of England and the other countries associated with the UK, the United Kingdom, Scotland, Wales, whatnot. But they didn't explain what would account for the differences. Is it, you say smoking, could it be food? Could it be differences in food preferences? The food culture is different in certain portions of the United Kingdom? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I
wonder if it's the burden too. Like, for example, they were saying in that article it was a tremendous burden. It was one of the biggest triumphs since the 1960s in terms of their health care, in terms of reducing cardiovascular disease by that amount. That was so significant. But maybe it has to do with women not seeking the medical attention that men would.
Well, in England, men are dying more of cancer now than of cardiovascular disease, and it's different in the prevalence varies among the different countries of the UK. And you're saying smoking. I don't know what the hypothesis is. Is it smoking? Is it better health care in some parts of England than others? I think it'd be the same. Is it socioeconomic status? Are some parts of England less evolved with socioeconomic status than others, and then there's a correlation with that? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's awfully odd. But to come back to our country, what more can you share about this business of cardiovascular disease being overtaken by cancer in the U.S. from that Medscape report?
So an audience observed that smoking, for example, is a risk factor for both heart disease and cancer, which actually could have muddied the findings for this particular study. But since cancer has a longer lag time, reductions in lung cancer may be seen at a later date. That's what one of the leading researchers had reported. But this is basically, since the 1940s, heart disease and cancer have been the number 1 and number 2 causes of death, respectively, in the United States. But the gap narrowed due to a steep decline in coronary vascular disease mortality and a relatively modest decline in cancer mortality. And again, I think it's testing. I think it's the available treatments, and still so much of what's contributing is nutrition.
Okay, we'll be back.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com. Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com. YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace, now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
So sometimes I'll ask a question, and it leads you down a path. I was talking about Easter, and where did the idea of bunnies and chocolate and all that stuff come from associated with Easter? And so during the break, I was checking this out, and this is interesting. It's off topic from what I'm talking about with Dominique, but it's a sidebar. And here they said that the Easter bunny or Easter rabbit, Easter hare is a folklore figure and symbol of Easter, depicted as a rabbit bringing Easter eggs. And this originating among German Lutherans. The Easter hare originally, they said in the article, played the role of a judge, evaluating whether children were good or disobedient in behavior at the start of the season of Eastertide. So the Easter bunny is sometimes depicted with clothes. In legend, the creature carries colored eggs in his basket, candy, and sometimes also toys to the homes of children, and as such shows similarities to Santa Claus, and as both bring gifts to children on the night before the holiday. This was a custom first recognized back in 1682, and the guy's name was George Frank von Frankenau. And yeah, this is interesting. So where do these things come from? With the genesis of these rituals. Dominique, welcome back. So they're Easter bunny and all that stuff. Crazy. Chocolate.
Crazy.
Yeah. Eggs. By the way, the eggs, in addition, Orthodox churches have a custom of abstaining from eggs during the fast of Lent. And they said the only way to keep them from being wasted was to boil or roast them and begin eating them to break the fast. Okay, so that's where interesting. Yeah, we're around here to learn.
And they were bored, and so they painted them.
I guess so. You know, humans being the nature of human nature, being creative and whatnot. There you go. So. Now, this business of cancer overtaking coronary heart disease or cardiovascular disease is an interesting phenomenon. I don't know where it's going to go or if it will sustain. Most cancer is environmentally caused, not genetically caused. So environmentally meaning things that people's lifestyle, their diet, chemicals in the environment, toxins.
Right.
And whatnot.
Which makes sense, because as we were going to break, I was thinking to myself that, and of course this is just my own hypothesis in this, and in reading all that I read, that if they've noticed a reduction in cardiovascular disease because of treatments, you can continue the same lifestyle. So your arteries get blocked and you develop atherosclerosis. Okay, no problem. We got a cure for that. But you can keep going, so there's a temporary reduction in a heart disease because we can fix it with a stent or a bypass surgery. But you can still keep going. And cancer, to me, I see it differently because you have nutrition that plays a daily part, and eventually you can't keep going at the rate that you're going as far as the things that you're putting in your body, whether you're talking about ultra-processed foods or foods that have next to no nutritional quality, or whether or not you're eating wonderfully and you're eating foods that are very highly dense in nutrition. They're all attributing factors, and they're not so easily remedied like, and I'm not saying that like in a diminishing way about the seriousness. I'm just saying as far as the treatment options that are available for cardiovascular disease. You know, we have pills that can take away, that lower hypertension, that lower blood pressure. We don't necessarily have pills that poof, your cancer's gone.
Well, the question that I would pose, what correlation is there between food and cancer? What role does nutrition, diet and nutrition, what's the effect of diet and nutrition on causing cancer or preventing cancer or fighting cancer? To me, that's an interesting question, and a lot of time, money, effort, and research in terms of research has been expended to try to answer that question. We know the role of diet in heart disease. We seem to know that. And we also know the role of lifestyle variables, smoking, stress, and heart disease. I think we know a lot also about those factors relative to cancer as well, right?
Absolutely. And how can you see, this is the part that I don't understand. How can people say, and experts have I don't know the word I'm looking for, a jaded view. They know that nutrition contributes to cardiovascular disease or the lack thereof. So how can you separate that out from cancer? It's clear, the relationship between saturated fats and a poor diet and high salt and high sugar. And there is an absolute correlation, experts know this, between poor nutrition and cardiovascular disease. And you're going to separate out cancer. I don't see how that's possible.
There's been quite a bit of research taking a look at the correlation between diet and cancer. If you just take one type of cancer, colorectal cancer, and you look at that research, that body of work, and then what emerges is you start to see how diet is implicated in causing colorectal cancer. Be right back.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Nature's Dynamics. Garden to Gummy supplements made by Dad. American Biotech Labs. Your daily immune system support. Renew Life. The Digestive Care Company. Country Life. A leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica. The enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii. More nutrition, better health. Purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice. The only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition. On the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, there's an interesting trend that's going on at the moment, and that is that it seems that cardiovascular disease is moving little by little out of the top spot as the leading cause of death in the United States, as well as in another country, United Kingdom. One of the questions, there's at least one question that's asked, and why is that the case? And some experts are claiming that it's due to the way the better treatment for cardiovascular disease, and people are able to overcome it and live longer and not die from it as quickly, or die directly from it. This is interesting. My guest is Dominique Ostrander, educator for Jarrow Formulas. Dominique, welcome back. Now, the other question to ask is a couple other questions. What's the overlap? When you look at the causes, the correlations and the correlational factors and the causes of heart disease and cancer, I suspect that there are some common causes. Smoking, you pointed that out, is one, is associated with both. Some say, and when you look at diet, some would say that diet is correlated with both. I agree. Stress correlated with both. I agree. Environmental toxins correlated with both. I agree. So there's a lot of overlap in these in the correlations, the correlational factors and the causal factors for each category of disease. It seems that they're doing a better job of treatment for cardiovascular. It seems easier to treat, relatively speaking, than cancer. That seems part of the answer here is why it's moving out of number one spot, cardiovascular disease, right?
Right.
Now,
absolutely.
I went on PubMed during the break, and I typed in diet and cancer. And I found and looked for reviews of the literature, and I found any number going all the way back to the 1970s and 80s. One epidemiological paper review was back in 1981, and they made some observations back then. They were making observations, and they found strong and consistent correlations between death rates of cancers of the colon and breast and the per capita consumption of total fat and of nutrients derived from animal sources, especially beef, pork, eggs, and milk. That's a direct quote from the study. Similar but less consistent correlations were found with cancers of the prostate, ovary, and endometrium. In addition, they said correlations between precursor lesions of coronary heart disease and colon cancer in New Orleans autopsy populations are reported in the study. And some studies suggest that milk intake correlates better with atherosclerotic disease, while beef intake correlates better with colon cancer. They found negative correlations, which is good, between of colon cancer rates and vegetable consumption. That finding is interesting, Dominique, because when you look cross-culturally, you find the same thing. Cultures where it's more plant-based suffer less colon, there's less prevalence of cancer, colon cancer in particular. That's not. I mean, I'm just reporting. There's a clue here, right?
There's a huge clue. It's like it's actually like the big elephant in the room that nobody sees.
Yeah. It seems that the more a food culture is dominated with plants, vegetables, fruit, plant-based, a more plant-based diet, the rate of heart disease and cancer is lower, generally speaking, across cultures. Now, and I know we get in, not you and I, but experts get into these big arguments about fat and cancer, saturated fat and heart disease, and they slug it out and punch it out. And one citing one study, another citing another study, and back and forth, give and take of it all. But at the end of the day, you got to tell people something about what to eat, what not to eat, what's causing this and what's not causing that, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So,
for sure.
For me, as a talk show host, producer, and host of the show, I have to reach certain conclusions so that I can make sense of it and then report it. And my general take, and I'm on the record, is that that disease, the chronic diseases, tend to be moderated in a large measure by diet and lifestyle. These are the diet and lifestyle chronic diseases, cancer, heart disease, and so on. And I have yet to find a doctor that says, I want you to increase your consumption of meat so that it's greater than your consumption of plants. I have never found a physician to say that. Have you?
No. For the same reason I always said to patients years ago, why don't you put soda in a baby's bottle? I don't understand why nutrition is so important for babies and toddlers and children, and yet somehow it loses importance.
Good observation.
The older we get. I can't wrap my mind around that.
In other words, why do we make such a nutritional and dietary fuss about what children eat, and then the people doing all the adults doing all the fussing about it are not paying attention to what they're eating?
And especially because the process of disease starts to show up as we age. So why wouldn't nutrition remain vitally important?
Sometimes, I don't know. Things slip out of our field of observation and awareness. Your point's well taken. If it's so important to children, why does it diminish in its importance as we age?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's the one. If there's any constant that prevails, it's that nutrition prevails as a how can I put this? As a factor of influence over health, wellness, and well-being throughout the lifespan from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do the show, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some new developments at Jarrow Formulas.
Yes, we do. I'm so excited. We launched, soon to launch. These are things that are coming out in the next couple months. We launched a bone broth, which is going to be a beef and chicken flavor. And so there's a list of new products.
Okay, my first question will be, why to the bone and chicken broth product? And I'll have some other questions. We'll have also the LTN health question of the day.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX. a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response. An ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. On this show, nutrition, it's called Let's Talk Nutrition. Nutrition is of primary importance. Of course, we talk about things related to nutrition. We veer off the path of nutrition into other arenas of health, wellness, and well-being. It's all fair game. What's interesting, what I have found in producing and hosting the show for almost 11 years now, is that even though we drift off, and not necessarily drift, but deliberately move off into other arenas of health, wellness, and well-being, I find it interesting how sooner or later nutrition is like a magnet and pulls everything back to it. It's remarkable to me how, and I didn't understand that many years ago. I didn't develop this point of view just making it up out of the whole cloth or ether. I came to this idea that nutrition is the driving force of health, wellness, and well-being because of exactly my observing this phenomenon, how nutrition is such a magnet and pulls everything back to it in terms of theory and practice of health, wellness, and well-being. You get my point. And related to that, then, I was reporting on a study about ultra-processed foods and how they have infiltrated the U.S. diet. Here's the question. What percent of calories are attributable to people eating ultra-processed foods? 25, 50, or 75% of their calorie intake. What percent of calories are associated with the consumption of ultra-processed foods? 25%, 50%, or 75%? I gave the answer earlier. 877-897-8255. 877-897-8255. So, Jarrow Formulas, Dominique, you have some new products coming out. You mentioned this bone broth from what is it? Beef and chicken broth?
Correct.
Is it what form is it in?
So it's in a powdered form where you add water to it, and it has all the benefits. It's called Beyond Bone Broth because it has all the benefits of a bone broth, which we know from when our grandmothers made chicken soup or turkey soup or anything where there's boiled or simmered bones for a long time.
My mother did that.
Simmering, right, exactly. Mine did too. And that the simmering causes the bones and ligaments to release healing compounds like collagen, proline, glycine, glutamine, and all of those are very powerful. They help. One of the benefits, of course, is reducing inflammation, helping joint pain, and even contributing to the support of leaky gut syndrome, to helping leaky gut.
The product's not on the market yet.
Not yet. It's not.
Have you sampled any of it?
No, not as a vegetarian. I haven't.
Can you get your mitts on? Can you get your mitts on any that I can sample it?
Yes, absolutely. And so we have that coming out. And again, we talked about convenience earlier in the show. So that is one of the things that is going to be very convenient for consumers, is that all they have to do is add water and they have their bone. There's 10 grams of protein in a serving as well.
Well, I can't wait. If you can get your hands on it, I want to try it so that for the next time you come on, I can talk about it.
Okay.
I want to see how it tastes.
Okay, we also have as you know, Jarrow is known for our probiotics, and we are coming out with a Jarrow for women. It's a 10 billion refrigerator and a 5 billion shelf stable.
For women?
And there are 4 for women, exactly.
What's so unique? Why is it so unique now? What makes it for women?
The strains were originally isolated from the vaginal tracts of healthy women that were in their last trimester of pregnancy, and they found that these 4 strains are the most predominant strains in a healthy woman's vagina. And in a woman's last trimester of pregnancy, a woman's vaginal flora is not susceptible to hormonal changes because hormones are at a very steady level. So
theoretically, if you could get those bacteria to dominate the entire system, there would be a lot more hormonal balance, right?
Well, yes. To say if those strains would contribute to that, absolutely.
That's interesting.
But they're clinically proven vaginal strains. And again, we're going to have a 10 billion that's refrigerated and a 5 billion that's shelf stable.
Okay. What's another one coming out?
We're going to have a collagen, powdered collagen. It's called Collagen Optimizer. And it contains Jarrow, which is our activated silicon. And it also contains a red-orange complex, which is a standardized extract made from 3 varieties of blood oranges grown in Sicily, and it's a natural source of antioxidants that are shown to reduce UV light-induced skin damage.
Huh. These are interesting products. Of course, I'm not surprised. Jarrow Formulas doesn't. Jarrow Rogovan doesn't let any dietary supplement grass grow under his feet. That boy.
No, not. And we will have the exclusive on these 4 strains in the health food markets for our new Jarrodophilus. We're also coming out with another oral probiotic, and it's the L. planitarm and a brevis strain. These are all.
I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to talk about oral probiotics, but I got 2 callers that have to get them on here.
Sure.
Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Darlene, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. So, what % of calories in our country that are consumed from ultra-processed foods? 25, 50, or 75%?
75%.
Yeah, you went with the higher number. Tempting. It's not the right number, but please don't let that discourage you from calling me again, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Clearwater. George, so what % of calories that people consume are associated with ultra-processed foods?
I think it's 50%.
It is 50%. Darlene went for the higher number. I would have gone for the higher number, too. That's what I would have.
Usually I do.
Usually I do, too.
Yeah.
Congratulations, George.
Thank you. Let me tell you, since I listen to you, that's my favorite vitamin store.
Vitamin Discount Center, you like them?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of stores that become under the influence of this show. So in different markets, it's different stores. Vitamin Discount Center happens to be a chain just here in Tampa. There are other stores here too.
But I go to Largo.
Okay, well, good for you. Tell them I sent my best to them. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. These new products sound phenomenal. I'm intrigued with the oral probiotic. The next time you come on, let's exclusively focus on those products. By then, they'll be out again, right? They'll be out. Let's talk nutrition.